Hi everybody, I'm Lady Stars and Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. I wanted to take a few moments just to touch base on the energy that's coming in right now. I know a lot of people are feeling the tension of the energy that's coming in and the stress, maybe feeling like the walls are kind of closing in on that empath energy. You're feeling it just closing in on you. Just uncomfortable in general. Maybe even relentless in the decisions that you're making. In a way, that's a good thing. I don't want to say that any of those negative things are a positive thing by any chance, no. But that means that you're resonating with the energy that's coming in so that you can understand better. I mean, if you're feeling somewhat like the warrior inside is waking up, awakening, so to speak, then yeah, you're resonating with the energy. You're starting to feel the desire of taking sides on decisions within your life. Let me help you understand. I mean, with astrology being the way that it is right now, this energy is very tough. And I've said many times, you cannot move forward if you stay in your comfortable zone. You have to step out of the comfortable zone. And you're being pushed into forcing yourself to do that with these energies right now. Like I said, negative actions are never a positive thing. However, sometimes you have to put your foot down and you have to be relentless with the decisions that you make. Remember, these energies are starting to affect and make shifts for what's going to be taking place and making those shifts in the new directions for the next 20 years of our life. This is not just a small change. Let me jump into the astrology just for like a minute for you. Remember, at the end of this week, Mars is coming out of Pisces. Now, it's not exactly in its best position in Pisces. It's not very strong. It's full on kettle steaming on the stove. And it's building that energy, that steam, that pressure, right? And it's about to leave that universal 12th house and go into Aries, that first house. That is what you're feeling to a point. There are several energies here. You are feeling Mars, which is your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, starting more or less to pick up the sword and arms, is what you're feeling. He's been sitting in Pisces with Chiron and with Neptune. Neptune, which had been in retrograde, talking to you about, all of those things that it does, speaking to you about the illusion of what's real and what's not. Nostalgia and what's real and what's not. The magic you could create, or are you creating ill magic? Basically, Neptune is very hard to understand in this energy because you want to believe in good things. You want to believe that people are better than they are. And sometimes you're going to have to be shown that they're not, point blank. And you have Chiron here, the wounded healer, which just came out of retrograde as well. And it's going to be leaving Pisces as well and starting a universal first cycle of first house in Aries and start a brand new cycle. I've been saying for a long time, it will not be back for like 80 some years once it leaves Pisces. So this is not just some kind of new change. Mars has been talking to it. Your inner SWAT team, your passion, your action, your aggression, your fire, even your sexual energy has been having this conversation with Neptune, Mars, Neptune, Pisces, and Chiron have all been having this conversation, and they're getting ready to start to shift into Aries, which is a universal first house, to start a brand new cycle. And then when it gets into that first house, Aries, once Mars leaves at the end of this week, it's going to be coming in with the only sign that really has made a major difference, no matter how stuff has been, working through all of the planets. What's been there the longest is Uranus. Independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom in your universal first house. And it's only going to be there for a little bit longer. And it's in retrograde until, I believe, the 6th So it's speaking to you about what you're not stepping up to the plate about. Okay? Chiron's energy has been talking to you about what is wounded and not healed, what's been in denial, what are your skeletons in the closet. I mean, let's be honest. If we really, I don't like to talk about politics. I do not believe in getting into that arena. However, with the energies that are going on right now, I'm not surprised in the slightest bit with the government shutdown. It fits the energy. Like I said, it's the warrior taking up the sword and forcing changes that are going to start to take place over the next 20 years. Okay? We have an eclipse that's coming in like a week and a half. I think it's on January 5th and 6th. It's a partial solar eclipse taking place in Capricorn, which happens to deal with politics. Okay, it also deals with, what you wish and you goal and you dream for, but it is your career area. And that's universally, it's speaking of those energies. Don't forget, Pluto is there. Death, decay, and destruction for renewal, rebirth, and regeneration. And Saturn is coming closer to being on top of Pluto. I'm sorry, that energy is going to be speaking specifically of, if you want to look at it from a universal standpoint, the creator standpoint, God standpoint, it's like God kicking in the door saying, I've had enough of this shit, and this shit's going to change now, basically. And it's going to force Saturn to reevaluate those rules, walls, and boundaries, and make those changes, point blank. Then you've got the solar eclipse on top of it. Partial solar eclipse, the moon and the sun. It fits right now. You are being forced to take your sides, to stand up for what you believe in, to decide what you believe in, to step out of your comfort zone, because that's the only way. It's the only way you're going to move forward. It's about stepping up to the plate. And if you don't step up to the plate and be the leader that you need you to be for your own life, then you will start a cycle all over again. These energies are harsh because they're forcing you to make the changes you have to. I'm not saying that you should ever be a negative person, but I'm saying the harsh energies are forcing you to start to evaluate even your own skeletons, the things you have in denial, the things that you don't want to deal with because it's uncomfortable. Because in order to evolve, you have to get past the uncomfortable. I love you guys. Bye.